guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video we had a very special guest. I have Mills and Chris, and
Hello.
they beautiful couple. They are mixed couple. Chris is from Dominican Republic and Mills is from the US, and they are here to share this couple. So hi and welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to do a collab with you. Thanks for asking me.
Okay, now I'm give you a little time to introduce yourself.
Okay.
And talk about you.
So my name, just like a general introduction, right?
Yes.
Okay. So my name's Mills. I have a YouTube channel kind of like documenting my expat life in the Dominican Republic. I'm from New York and I lived in Jarabacoa for a year and then Santiago for a year. And now we have just moved to Arizona to get married and everything. And so you can introduce yourself.
Hey there, my name is Christopher Beato, and I was born and raised in the Dominican Republic. I met this beautiful woman 2 years ago in Santiago, and that's pretty much it. Now we're back living in the US.
Yep.
And now this question is for Mia. And when was the first time that you went to the Dominican Republic? And when you went there, did you went by yourself or did you went like with friends or families, or how did you ended up being in the Dominican Republic?
So the first time I went, I was 14, and I went on a mission trip with my church. So my church from New York was very like missions heavy. So we went. It was just like an opportunity. All of my friends were going. So I went to. It was in Jarabacoa, which is the first. Basically, all of my time in the DR. Why I chose to move there. I went there every year in high school. So from 14 to like 17, I went probably like 5 times, maybe 6, on mission trips. And I worked at like a little preschool in Jarabacoa, and it was like 2 and almost 3. And that's when I like fell in love with the country. And then I didn't go back at all in college. And I finally went back on a trip with friends. Let's see, in 2016, and then I went by myself the month after in 2017. So I had probably like, and I went again with another friend. So I probably had like 8 to 9 trips before I actually moved there, which was really helpful.
Oh, that was very nice. So you must like Dominican Republic back again.
Yeah, I loved it. And then I decided, I never studied abroad in college, so I wanted to do something. I worked in Manhattan for 2 years, and I was like kind of tired of being in the city, and I wanted to try something new. And automatically I thought of like just the Dominican Republic was basically my only option from the beginning.
Yeah, definitely that is something different. I mean, if you wanted something different,
I got it.
that is and before you went over there, you first time, do you have any expectation about Dominican Republic, like negative or positive? Do you have anything in mind when you went over there?
The first time I went there, I feel like they probably told us, I was 14, so I didn't know a lot about the DR. Just, I knew some Dominicans in New York because there are so many Dominicans in New York. Knowing some things from them and observing them, but honestly I didn't really know anything, and that people describe it as a third world country, so I was expecting it to be like very, very impoverished. And I tried to not go in with any expectations, but I feel like everything that I was expecting, it was so much better.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, if you don't have any expectation, probably you will have enjoy more.
Exactly, right? It will just be
pleasant. All the things.
Yeah.
And this is about your YouTube channel. What made you start a YouTube channel?
So I actually wanted to start a YouTube channel when I moved to Manhattan. So I lived there for 2 years in an apartment, and I kind of wanted to do a video about like life in New York City, living alone, blah blah blah. And I never like had the courage to do it. And then I didn't really think about it the first year of teaching abroad or living in the Dominican Republic. I was like, okay, I think I'm finally going to do it. I think that maybe it would be helpful for people that wanted to move abroad or teach abroad or like have an experience of life overseas. So that's why I started with talking about like teaching abroad and some advice on that, and then kind of like move to expat life in general. But I feel like I've wanted to do it for a while, so it took me a really long time to finally start it, but I wanted to mostly like help other people in the same kind of like decision process.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. And did you like it? Did you enjoy doing your videos?
Yeah, I do. It's harder than people think to like think of topics, and
yeah,
I'm so bad at editing. I hate editing videos.
A lot of time consuming, yeah.
Right? I wish I had like an editor, but you know, it's hard to stay up on it, but I really do like it. I like it more than I thought I would, which is good.
And now this question is, what city are you from in Dominican Republic? I don't know if I hear that when you was introducing you. What city are you from in the DR?
I'm from Santiago, Santiago del Caballero.
Nice.
What city are you from?
And is this your first?
Sorry.
Say that again?
What city are you from again? Oh, okay.
And is this your first time in the US, Chris?
Is it your first time in the US?
No, I've been here. This is my 11th time here. I've been here like 10 times before. First, I traveled like by myself.
So it's not nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I was expecting to get more out of you, like see how you feel, but I guess there is no. It can be that much excitement because you have been here before. Okay.
I know. It's different now. He lives here, but at least it's not huge like culture shock.
Yeah, I kind of knew like how it was like everything and stuff, you know.
Oh, okay. That's good. And how did you two meet? I mean, did you knew before? I mean, did you knew like see you start meeting, or you knew each other because of a friend, or how did you two meet?
Okay. So when I decided that I was going to teach abroad, I was like trying to make friends and stuff in the Dominican Republic, practice Spanish and all of that. So we met through a friend online, like it was really weird, the story, basically through like a dating app, but through a friend. Long story, but we talked for 2 months. Like we first started talking early June of 2017, and then I moved there at the end of July, and then we met in person. He asked like if I wanted to come to Santiago and hang out. We had been talking and like video chatting and stuff, so I went to Santiago to hang out. And at that point, I thought it might just be like as friends. I wasn't really sure like where it would go. And then we decided to meet in person, and we did that like the first weekend I moved there.
And what were you thinking? I mean, were you love in the Dominican Republic, or that's something that it just happened?
Like, did I want to meet a guy there?
Yeah, like
no, I like no
Dominican Republic.
Well, I like Dominican, you know, guys are really handsome there and stuff, and the women too. I mean, Dominicans are like so beautiful, but my plan was definitely not to like date anyone. I was like actually really against it because I only wanted to move there for 1 year, teach abroad, and then come back. And I kind of knew like if I met a guy, it would like complicate stuff, and like my parents wanted me to come home, but that was definitely like not my plan at all. But from the first like time we met, I was like, well, there goes that. Like, I'm pretty sure that I want to date him.
So when you met the first time, it was a connection there, or was not, maybe, or
Yeah, like when we met, the first day we met, it felt like we knew before, like we knew each other before. So like we got along like really, really well since the beginning.
Mhm.
So like it was like a really strong connection since that day and until now.
Yeah, I
We've
feel
been
like
doing great.
it was like an instant connection when we met in person. So I was like almost like too good to be true. Like I told all my friends, like, oh my gosh, she's like perfect. And I was so nervous that it wouldn't, last because it's usually like one-sided, but it was like amazing. So we got really lucky that it was like the first weekend I was there, and then we saw each other like every single week, and now we're here. So
That's pretty good. That's pretty lovely. Let me see. So down, but I want to make sure that I cover all the questions that I have.
oh,
And
sorry.
how did you two family took the relationship at the was something that they took that was okay with them? I mean, with both family, how did they take the relationship between you two? Being from different cultures.
Oh, like how did our cultures affect the relationship?
No, but your family, how your family
Oh,
and friends took your relationship? Yeah.
so mine were like, it was funny, like they weren't, some were like kind of surprised and some were not. A lot were like, oh, I knew you were gonna like find a guy there, and like I just had a feeling. And my parents, like my family, just wanted to make sure that he was like an honest and hardworking and nice guy, like they would with anyone in the States too. So they were like happy. I would say my parents were probably a little bit more hesitant because they thought like, oh, maybe I'll never come back home and stuff like that. But once they met him, the first Christmas he came home to visit, they were like obsessed with him. They still are. Like they love him more than love me. So all of my friends love him, which is good. And a couple people have just said like, make sure he's not a scammer because the stereotype. But my close friends and family, they were like super supportive. And I don't know what yours were like.
Yeah, my parents were really happy that I met her because they really liked her since the beginning. And like since you're Dominican, like how Dominicans are. Like my friends were like making like being like, oh, you got a great. You're like
The goal.
Yeah, they were like being like really funny about it. But all my friends and family, they really liked her.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I know how Dominican are. They would say, "Oh, you were a gringa, huh?" I know how. But they do it just making jokes.
Yeah.
They're that serious about it. And what is some of the things you had to accommodate to each other because of the culture difference, like in the relationship?
I think like for me, I guess just like laid backness, and Chris is like laid back on another level. I think he's not even like typical Dominican laid back. That's why a lot of people think that, maybe he's like really shy or something. He's just super chill. So the time, like how laid back at the time, I would just have to know that like, okay, things might not happen super fast because he likes to go at like a slower pace. So just like just like knowing that things were going to be a little bit more laid back and a little bit like I couldn't be like, okay, we have to do like this and this and at this time. Like I really had to like adjust to like the Dominican time, as they say. But I don't know anything really else. I guess, he's not like super macho or anything like that. No, he doesn't like expect me to like do any like cooking or cleaning really. Like a lot of people try to like warn me. So that was pretty much the only thing, like being chill and laid back and the time. I think that's it for me. What about you?
Yeah, for me, pretty much it has been the time. Like Dominicans are like always late and like unorganized. So I have to do like a lot of adjustments in that aspect, and also like the language. Like I like since I met her, I've always had to talk in English. Like
That's his choice.
3 times more. but I have to,
Yeah, you could. You can speak Spanish, but
I think that's pretty much it.
Okay. And what about food?
Yeah.
What about make any adjustment like eating with food? Do you eat a lot of plátano?
That's true. I love Dominican food, so it was easy for me. But there are definitely points in like the last 2 years that I was like, I don't want to eat rice today. Like, I want to eat different. I still, I'm so used to it, but it's still, you get to a point sometimes that you're like, okay, I physically can't eat more rice. But I really like all other Dominican food. I mean, sometimes his dad cooks like liver and intestines and stuff of like animals, and that I can't do that. But I like the food, and for him, I feel like it's more of an adjustment, maybe like for him, because here, like, do you think or no?
Yeah, like I've since I like being traveling, I noticed that like, Americans don't eat that much of rice as we do. So it's been kind of like a change because I love rice. I want to eat rice every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like change. You have to cook rice. Here it's kind of different with the food. Food, that's for sure. Mil, what is the things or something annoy you when you first got in the Dominican Republic? They probably now that you just are used to.
Probably like when I first moved there. Now I'm living in Jarabacoa. A couple things were like the cold showers. I was always like annoyed at that because we had a water heater, so you thought that it was going to be hot water, but no matter how long you left the heater on, it wasn't hot. So that annoyed me in the beginning, but by the end, I was just used to it. I think like the time issue, like everything being like way slower. So like meetings at school would be like an hour late. Losing power used to like really annoy me, but then after I was used to it for like a month or two, then it's just expected and it will come back on at some point. Driving, like, I can't say I enjoy it now. Driving's always annoyed me there because it's just crazy. People like don't follow the rules at all, but at least I'm used to it now. So I'm not like shocked when I see like crazy driving or any of that. I'm more expected, like more used to it now. So, but nothing major, because since I had been on trips before, I kind of knew like more or less. But of course, living there is like a whole new expectation of things.
Yeah, I know about the driving. I can't even drive, especially in Santo Domingo.
I don't even know how.
It's just too much.
It's so.
Okay, this is about in your channel. I saw a very rude comment about being or marrying a Dominican. What do you think about that, and what would you say to other people about that situation?
Mm-hmm. I get those comments like every once in a while. Like the vast majority of comments on my channel are super nice, which is cool. And they're really supportive. And like if I post anything with Chris or about Chris, it's like supportive and like wishing us well. That comment, like I know which one you're talking about. That really pissed me off because it's always like I feel like it's always men, or it is always men, and I just know that they're like older men, and I don't know if it's like they're basing their opinions on a past experience, like maybe they had a bad experience with Dominicans, or maybe they got like scammed by someone, or I really don't know if they were like cheated on, but it feels like such a personal comment. Like they're way too invested in my relationship, and then they say like, well, I put it out there, but there's a lot that like no one sees about me and Chris. And if they say like, oh, he doesn't even look like he likes you, like he's not like a video type of person. He's like very laid back, so he's not gonna like up his energy for the camera like I might, like he just won't change himself. So that, or saying he's gonna cheat on me, or that he's scamming me, or that he's gonna leave me in 5 years and I'm gonna raise our kids alone, it pisses me off when I defend him. I know, because like I love him, so I want to like stand up for him. And I wish I could do it in a meaner way and like say what I'm really thinking, but I'm too nice to like really, really go off and tell them what I'm thinking. But I'm sure they can like read between the lines. But I try to just tell them, like, if you're saying this, you really don't know Chris, because not all Dominicans are the same. Like, he moved to the States because I wanted to, not he didn't even want to. Like, I mean, he's fine with it, but he wasn't ever like, let's move to the States. Like, he's just such like a family-oriented person, and he's never like he's just, you can't like group all Dominicans together. That's what I hate the most, because no one comments on, on his video. If he had a channel and I was in it, they could be like, oh, she must be like a mentally ill, like mass shooter or something because I'm American, but no one does that, So it's like, it's just the stereotype of Dominicans. So I really hate those comments. It like ruins my whole day. I know it shouldn't, but it really does. So I try to ignore them, and I think I'm going to start like ignoring them or blocking them, but I want to also like educate them, but some people you just can't change.
Yeah, some people you just have to let they go.
I know.
Yes, I realize they usually make their comment based on other people's experience. But sometimes it's not even
Yeah.
hear other people talking, and they just start saying things that doesn't even make sense. If the people, they are not all the same, like guys or girls, they are not the same. No, everybody is the same. And also, like I always say, sometimes relationship can work. It doesn't matter if that person that is from another country, or they do papers with you or whatever. Sometimes it can happen that relationship doesn't work in the future. It's not because that person just wanna.
I know. That's what I think.
Papers.
I don't get it, but just ignore it, I guess.
Yeah, ignore it. You just delete the comments. Delete.
I should. Yeah.
And as the videos in YouTube, that doesn't know accurately represent Dominican Republic as a whole. What is your opinion on that?
The ones that make like they like judge the Dominican Republic on like one visit.
Yes, let's say.
That's you, I think. Like when people go to the DR and then like they have their opinions, but they've only like visited one time, they went to like one place, or they don't really know it, and they're making like comments. Probably they went to like Punta Cana.
Yeah, like I feel like you can make a really like strong opinion based off one visit. I feel like you need to live there for like a long time to really understand like what's going on in the Dominican Republic. For example, I've lived in the Dominican Republic for 26 years, and I know what's going on in there, like like about the culture and then like different like social like classes. So when I see an opinion like that or a comment, I just like they don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, like those past events where all these people were dying in resort.
Yeah.
They was trying to kill tourists, or that we hate Haitians, or that they just base their comment about something that happened. They just about the whole Dominican Republic.
Yeah. And tourist thing was like a whole massive issue for a long time with me, like people asking, but if you knew Dominicans, you would know that no Dominican is like most Dominicans won't like try to murder you like for no reason. Like it's just the media.
Yeah, it is. And I say to people about what they see, because some of the other people making videos, and then when they have their opinion, say that you cannot develop in the Dominican Republic, or all the women are this and that. I don't know if you've seen them videos before, like all the women are chapeadora, all the guys are no good. Well, you already have it because you obviously have your own experience. But what would you say to the people? What would you be your opinion about if it's guys or they're trying to find love in the Dominican Republic?
That's Chris, right?
I mean, but what for you? I mean, you can have your
Okay. Yeah, I don't really even try to watch videos like that that say like all Dominican men are flunkies or like or like everyone's a scammer or whatever other stereotype that they are. I really don't try to watch them because they just make me mad. But I would say that like the people that are making those videos, they just don't know. And they have either like something bad happened to them with one person, or they've been there one time and they went to one area, or something happened to their friends. But I feel like after living there for 2 years, I can like confidently speak about how Dominicans are. And there's so many different types. Like, there's some tigres. There's also the opposite type of man. Like, not every Dominican man is like that. Not every Dominican woman is like that. And it's just like any other country. Like, you can't just go to like New York. The whole United States are like New Yorkers, So I just think that you can't like put a big stereotype like that. Like, every woman in the DR wants to come to the States and scam you. That's just not true if you know the DR well, which I guess they clearly don't.
It's basically that. Like, there's no.
They can't hear you.
Huh?
They can't hear you.
Yeah, it's like I said, like we're like, I mean, we're a small country, but we have a lot of different like people, like a lot of different like social classes, like it's like a whole nother thing. So you can't just like see something and think like the whole country is like that.
Yeah.
And this question is for Mil. What is the biggest misconception that you hear from people about the Dominican Republic? Like people or even friends?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is probably like that it's super, super poor, and it is in certain areas, and that's definitely true. And compared to the United States, it is. But I've seen, like, I'll post a picture at, like, I don't know, Wendy's or like a nice hotel or something, and people will be like, "Oh, you have McDonald's there? You have Uber there? You have like nice hotels there?" And I'm like, "You guys literally think that I live in like a hut and like on like a dirt floor?" Like, they don't have an open mind because they see like a picture of a poor community and they think that that's the whole country. But we lived in Santiago. There's like movie theaters and things like grocery stores and restaurants, and that when people say like, "Oh, you have air conditioning," and I'm like, yeah, like this is stupid. Like it's just a stereotype that it's like I was like severely impoverished there, which a lot of people are, but not everyone. And then the other big misconception would be that about relationships and how one person's always like scamming the other, I think. Yeah. But both of those I try to like prove wrong on my channel.
Oh yeah. I mean, you always hear people, always talking about, Dominican Republic is so poor, but they think they're poor. I mean, yeah, we are, and we are probably a third world country, but we ain't in that, how would I put it? Like, we ain't in that level where we don't have things. I mean, we do have some things over there.
I know.
We have I mean, also people that have a lot of money over there. You just know everybody have money, but we have some people that have money over there too.
Exactly. Yeah, just like the States.
Mm-hmm. So, for how long you have been together?
We've been together.
It's been like 2.5 years since we met.
Yeah. So pretty much since I moved there July 2017. Right when we met, we pretty much, that was it. It was like official right away.
Okay. Did you have a date for the wedding already?
We do, yeah.
Yes, it is in September 26th this year.
Yeah, it's like just a month and a half away, so it's
right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, that's pretty excited. And what are the plans? I mean, are you gonna stay you both gonna stay in the United States, or are you going back to the Dominican Republic?
We want to live here for a while, then we might retire in the Dominican Republic. So it would be like a long time, I guess.
He's saying retire, but I'm thinking like I want to buy a second house there sooner rather than later. I would love to like split the year between the States and the DR, and when we have kids, like make sure they're there like at least like 2-3 months of the year, because I just think it's really important to like immerse them in be like half Dominican. I think that they should experience it, but we need to save up some money first.
Yeah, definitely. And I hear that you say that Chris also have first about wanna like give us your how people can find you on YouTube or any other social media.
Yeah,
And also about Chris, because I didn't know that Chris have a
yeah.
sorry. Oh, so I didn't know that Chris have a YouTube, so if Chris can give us so
yeah, Chris doesn't have a YouTube, but he does have Instagram. Do you want to plug your Instagram?
Yeah, my it's kind of weird. It's my name without any vowels, so it's like CHRXSTPHR.
Yes.
It's like my name without vowel and an X.
And an X randomly. And then mine is just YouTube, Mills Around, and if you type in Mills Around, it should come up right away. And then Instagram is Rebecca, REBECCA, and then Mills with 3 S's. And that's where you can find me. I don't like use Snapchat and Facebook. I don't really like talk too much there. So Instagram's the best way to like message me if anyone has questions, or just leave a comment on my YouTube.
Okay. What type of content do you have in your channel?
My channel is all pretty much like expat type videos, like life in the Dominican Republic, a little bit on like teaching abroad, even though I don't do that now, working remotely. And then I try to do videos like vlog types of like different places we go, like in Cabarete or Samana, like different kind of videos showing different parts of the country and excursions people can do and stuff like that. But I will be moving into more videos about like the K1 visa process and like how he's adjusting to the United States, and a little bit about life here, and trying to throw in like other random things, hopefully.
Yeah, I think people will always like to search for those type of videos. I think that would be great.
Thanks.
Okay, is any other would like to add to his interview that I may forget, or some of the information that you want to add to it?
Yeah. Do we want to say who we are?
About the DR.
About that.
Well, for those who don't know, the DR is the best country in the world. So, like, don't get don't hear in the media or from someone like we have the best country in the world, and that's the only truth.
I agree. Like, if they have any doubt, I mean, they learn a lot from your channel too. Like, they should book a ticket and come see everything for themselves, and I'm sure that they'll have a great time. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, they should go and get the orange experience instead of be listening to people and
I know.
just repeat what all people say. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, it was a very, very pleasure to have you two in my channel. and I hope that we can do something else in the future. And
we definitely will. Thank you so much.
It was our pleasure.
Yes.
it was my pleasure too. And do you have, where are you going back to the Dominican Republic? I guess after the wedding, but do you have any plan to go back anytime soon?
Not like a secure date, because after on a K1 visa, you have to do adjustment of status, and then you have to get a travel permit. So it could be another like 4 months before we could go back. So it might be like 2020 or like Christmas, but it depends how long that takes. It's kind of weird that he's not allowed to leave the country now. But we're gonna try to get the paperwork done as soon as we can, so we can go visit.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So like I say, it was a very pleasure. And guys, thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, you wanna go and see how her experience is or was in the Dominican Republic, go and check her channel out. And thank you so much. So comment and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.